Hello, my name is Nicole Slaubaugh and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am going to show you the last fabric project that we're going to do today. A couple months ago, like I had said on a previous video, I attended a regional seminar in Minneapolis, and this was one of the cards that they had showed us how to do using the fabric, and so I'm going to show you how to do it today. And the fabric we're actually going to be using is out of the Occasions Mini catalog. It's actually the Sweet Stitches fabric, which is really cute. It's extremely cute. It's got lots of sewing things, buttons, patterns, those sorts of things. And we're going to be using the first piece that's right here today. And so one of the things I wanted to show you is how I cut the fabric. This is actually a fat quarter, but it's a little bit longer than a normal one. And I have a fabric cutter here that I use, and I've got it marked at 1 inch. And so I'm just going to do 1 inch strips. It just needs just a little bit more here at the top, so that you've got a 1 inch piece that's all folded over, and it's actually the whole length of it. And so I'll show you here real quick how we're going to get our scallops on there. So I'll just move a few things here out of the way. The Big Shot die that we're going to be using today is actually the Tasteful Trim die. It was in the Holiday Mini catalog, but it's still available for you to purchase today. And so what I'm going to do is there's a scallop here on the bottom, and I'm just going to take this 1 inch of fabric and just put it over just like that, and we're going to run it through the Big Shot. So I'm going to do our sandwich like I normally do, and then I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Alright, so we're going to take this off, our plate off, and this actually comes off really easily. It cuts quite nicely. So what we've got here is just a really long scallop that goes all the way along. And a lot of times what I do with the end pieces is I do trim them. So I'm just going to trim this off here so that we have perfect scallops all the way along. Alright, there we go. We'll get our die here out of the way. And I'll show you the base of our card here. It's actually Daffodil Delight, and it's 8.5 by 5.5. That's just folded in half. So that is going to be the base of our card. The next piece that we're going to use as well is a little chunk of a background, and we have one of the embossing folders here that we are using. And what we're going to do is we'll actually just take some snail, and this is done in the chocolate chip. And so we're just going to layer it right here. And then I have a couple different greetings that I was going to use. This is the Happy Greetings. It's a new set that's going to be in the Summer Mini catalog. It's got lots of fun greetings in it. When I had done a project last week, I actually had used some of the Clearly For You. It had a For You in there, as well as a little butterfly, and I added that in the corner, and I'll show you that sample at the end. But I'm going to go ahead and use the Happy Greeting here. And I'm just going to take this stamp that says hello, 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 and I really only want one of the hellos. So I'm just going to take my chocolate chip marker and run the marker just over the hello, and I'm going to huff on it, and then we'll go ahead and you can see that we've got our hello on there, which looks great. Alright, so we'll set that off to the side. The next piece that we're going to do is we do need a tiny strip for our stem. And so this is Wild Wasabi, and it's just 1/4 of an inch strip. And I'm just going to go ahead and just cut a chunk off of it. So a strip actually will probably do 3 or 4 cards. And so again, I'm just going to take a little bit of snail, and then it can just overlap just a little bit here. So that'll be our stem. And then I want to show you a neat technique that they showed us at regionals to do the cute little petal. And what this is a piece of Wild Wasabi. It's 1.5 inch piece, and then I scored it just in the middle. And so I've got a score line there that I'm just going to fold in half. And you could take a bone folder and fold it too. Don't have one here handy on the table, but that's what you could do. And then we have our crimper, this bad boy. I don't get him out very often, so it was kind of fun to see this technique and to get the crimper out. You just go ahead and get the piece started in there, and you're going to turn it. And then he comes out on the end. You're going to open him up. I can get him open. There we go. Open him back up just like this. So now you've got your piece that's crimped. I think you can see the crimped lines in there. And then we're going to take the 1 3/4 by 7/8 inch oval punch. And we're just going to go in and just make sure that the center line is right in the middle there. And we're just going to punch. So here is our cute little petal for our flower. And then you can just adhere him with 2 dimensionals. So I'm just going to do that on the back side here. And I'm putting him on the ends. And we'll adhere it to our card. And then I kind of just pulled them up a little bit just to give a little dimension there, you can see. All right, now we're ready to show you how to make the actual flower. And so how we're going to do that, I had never really worked with these. I had bought them but hadn't used them, but they are called sticky pages, and they are a 12 by 12 sheet. And what I did is I cut them down into 3 by 3 squares, and then using the 3-inch circle die, I just ran them through, and it's kind of close to actually cut the circle, but that's okay because you're not going to see it anyway. So on here, you're just going to want to peel. It's sticky on both sides, so it doesn't matter which side you peel off. I usually kind of just take whichever one comes the first. So we are going to just lay it down like this. It's kind of sticky. And then you're just going to start with one end of your fabric, and you want the scallops out. And then you just want to go in a circular motion, and you want to make sure that they're laying flat on here as well. So you don't want them to buckle up. You want them to lay nice and flat. Side of it off. And then we just need to adhere it onto our card. Just like that. And if it does stick up a little bit, you can always just take a little bit of adhesive like that just to get it to lay flat. Alright, and then we've got these great fabric buttons that match the sweet stitches, and so we can just, take one of the great big ones that's in here, and as you can tell, I made this cute little jar. That's kind of fun to put them in. One of the things that's coming up in the summer mini catalog is this, it's called Baker's Twine, and this one is Early Espresso, and so I'm just going to cut a piece of it off, and then we're just going to have it just kind of thread it through, just like this, and then just go back up through. It's really up to you however many times that you want to thread it. I'm just going to tie a knot with it, and we'll just trim the ends. And then to adhere the button itself, I'm actually going to use, and I know we don't have these in the catalog any longer, and I really hope that maybe they'll come back this year, but they're the great big pop-up glue dots. And I just find that these work probably the best. It really adheres the button to the project. So when we get all done, that's what our project looks like. It's pretty cute, and I really like the colors. It's bright and springy and fun. And I'll show you, this is the one that I had done that was for class last week, and as you can tell, I had the For You with the little butterfly that's from the set Clearly For You. So just has a little bit different greeting, but has a big orange button. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this last project that I have, and that you get inspired to buy some of the fabric that we have with Stampin' Up! And do some fun projects as well. So thanks a lot.